Hey guys, today we wanted to talk about Eugene, given what's happened with Josh McDermott and basically closing out of his social media accounts due to harassment, which is really unfortunate. We wanted to go back and discuss the journey of Eugene thus far, and I know he has like the he's labeled as a coward, and he can be.
Not completely untrue.
It's not completely untrue, but it's also not completely true
Yeah.
either. And I wanted to also discuss, like, I'm very confused about the overall reaction to him, like people referring to him as a traitor and things like that. And I think it's just kind of insane. Uh,
Yeah, I think that's a little harsh.
yeah, I think we need let's take a step back and recall why he's at the Savior compound in the first place, and that's because of Rosita's ridiculous, stupid, botched plan of shooting Negan and missing
Yeah.
him entirely. Um, and her bullying of Eugene to make a bullet in the first place.
Hmm.
Now, we want to talk about cowardice. It's like, remember, it's Eugene who spoke up and said, yeah, it was me. I made the bullet, not Tara, not anyone else. So no one else had to die. So a coward wouldn't have taken
Yeah,
responsibility.
that's a really good point. I mean, that was actually pretty heroic of him. He could have just let Rosita die, and nobody else in that area, I think at the time, even knew that Eugene was the one that was making bullets. I think the only people that knew were like maybe like Rick and Abraham and then obviously Rosita because they were at some point at the bullet making factory, but like nobody else really knew. So if he had just let Rosita die, nobody would have ever found out, and he probably would have just been like, okay and spared. So he actually kind of like threw himself on a grenade for Rosita,
And Tara.
which is sort of crazy considering that like the last interaction they had together, she treated him like shit. She dragged him all the way out from Alexandria on this dangerous mission to the bullet making factory to make this bullet, like all completely as a favor to her, right? Like he didn't even
Mm-hmm.
have to do that. And then like while they're there, she goes off on him and tells him that he's a coward and makes him feel like super bad about like it almost like blames him for Abraham's death. That really pissed me off because it's not even true.
Oh, God.
And then after all that, he still saved her life. I mean, like that's pretty amazing if you ask me. He shouldn't have. I probably would have let her die.
And speaking of saving lives, let's go back to Eugene and Tara. Remember in season uh, 5 with because of who is it? Uh, no, Spencer's brother, whose name escapes me right now. He
Nicholas.
set off. No, no,
Nicholas.
no, not
Not
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Nicholas was
Yeah.
his bullshit friend. The brother who, anyway, the one who set off the grenade on that walker, or the bomb or whatever, and Tara was unconscious and bleeding, and it was Eugene who looked after her and waited alone and also got her safely into the van. Like, I mean, if he was a coward, no, Nicholas was the coward who ran out and left Noah and Glenn to die.
Yeah.
So there have been a few instances where Eugene has proven himself. Like, yeah, he's
Yeah. He also actually, now that I think about it, in episode 9 of season 6, No Way Out, when right after Rick like charges out into all of the walkers when Carl gets shot,
yeah.
and everybody is like looking and seeing what's going on outside. Eugene like was saying, "I'm gonna go outside and help him," and I think somebody tried to tell him like, "Oh, you don't have to" or something, and his exact response was like, "No, that's not true. I do.
Yeah.
This is a story that everybody is gonna want to tell, and I want to help." And he went out and fought them. It wasn't like he was just standing around. He had a machete and he was killing walkers too. So
Hmm.
it's just not really fair to say that he is a coward. He does not know how to fight very well. But he's also really smart. I mean, nobody else figured
The
out how to fucking
smartest
make.
person.
Yeah, nobody else figured out how to make bullets, which is like probably the most useful resource.
Or
Or
poison pills.
yeah, I mean, like all that stuff is super useful. So he has other ways of contributing, and that's just kind of his style. His style is not like be the big heroic like flamboyant guy. Like that's just not how he does things. So just because he doesn't do that doesn't make him a coward.
And in terms of him being a traitor, again, he was only there because he took responsibility for making the bullet and because of Rosita's stupid plan. That's the only reason why he's with the Saviors. Now, what is the alternative? Like, he can be kept well and kept safe with Negan and be his, be part of the team, so to speak, or he can be in a cell naked or maybe have a
Eating
jogging
dog
suit.
food sandwiches,
Yeah,
listening to that
maybe
horrible
with a jogging
song on
suit.
repeat.
Exactly. Well, I mean, if that were, I know if that was me, I'd take the best option possible and try to
Yeah,
make the best of a really shitty situation. And it doesn't mean he's not laying in wait or trying to plan and plot, along the way or some form of sabotage. I mean, remember with the short bus that Abraham was driving to take him to Washington, like he sabotaged the bus. And that was for people he actually liked.
hmm
So it's not like he won't ever, Eugene is a person who thinks things out and waits for the opportune moment. He's not a rash decision maker, which is good.
he's not impulsive.
Yeah.
He's the opposite of impulsive. He's
And
very calculating. He's just like working some angle.
which
And,
is how you should be.
yeah,
Because
especially in a compound like Negan's compound. I mean,
what does being impulsive get you? It gets you
killed.
Rosita
Yeah, usually
and her
killed.
bad decision, and not to mention even
That-
Rick and the
Oh
others
God,
going
yeah.
after that savior outpost.
Impulsivity is the
Yeah.
exact character trait that has gotten all of the heroes into this mess in the first place. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Bad intelligence on the part of like Rick and everybody else, like when they were deciding to even go after the saviors, like with that satellite complex, they didn't even have any knowledge of how many there were, how many satellite outposts there were at all, and they just rushed in there just assuming that they knew that Negan was in there and that they were going to take him out. That was dumb and impulsive and poorly thought out. And then like Rosita just made it everything worse by doing that stupid plan, which I still don't understand. The thing that like gets me the most about that scene is like, why did she have him only make one bullet? Like, they go on this crazy long journey, like out into the in secret.
Well,
Nobody
she
knows
only
where
had
they
one
are.
shell, but she could have waited till she got more shells.
I feel like she could have easily found more along the way. They're fucking everywhere.
there are
Like,
probably
there's been
some in some other ones in Alexandria.
yeah, or even in that factory or something. I mean, like, I don't feel like she should have like spent that time finding the shells that she needed
Well-
before going on that mission. Because
Well-
only making one bullet, like, dude, come on.
Well, think about how well she, her detective skills when she didn't check that house or the woman had the toy gun.
Yeah,
and she didn't
she-
do any searching whatsoever, which didn't make any sense to me. But
Yeah,
this isn't a Rosita video.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but-
Well, we should have another video just on how dumb Rosita is as a character, but maybe. But the point is that like Eugene's put up with a lot, and what he's doing right now is he's doing the smartest thing for him because he can't be of any use to the group if he's fucking dead.
Or a
which
prisoner.
is what he will be if he doesn't say to Negan, "Yes, I am Negan."
Or a prisoner.
He also put himself in harm's way during that conflict in the season finale. I mean, he went to Negan and said, "I want to be in the front to try and talk them down." Like, that's super dangerous. If there was like if gunfire broke out, he would be like probably the first person to get shot.
Yeah.
So he's still trying to do things to, make the situation not as bad on the Alexandrians. He's doing everything that he can right now under these circumstances.
Yeah.
What else is he supposed to do?
Yeah, he's soft, but he has his uses, and he's got a brain.
Yes, he
Which
does.
is very important in this world. Any world, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's... what are your thoughts? Please share them in the comments. No?
Well, that's about it. Hashtag follow us on Instagram. as
RL
well.
Rashon.
Yeah, we're still new at this, obviously. We're getting better, though.
Getting better, yeah.
If there's anything that you guys want us to do a video about, by the way, let us know, because we're kind of following the compass of, like, whatever people ask us to shoot. There's no particular format with this kind of thing, so if there's something you want us to talk about, let us know.
All right.